What if I told you that some of the most powerful voices in the world almost never got their chance to shine? What if the dreams that seemed impossible became reality in just 3 minutes on stage? Today, we're diving into most emotional singing auditions that didn't just move judges to tears. They changed lives forever. Stay till the end because the last story will leave you speechless. And trust me, you'll never look at rejection the same way again. Sarah Mitchell walks onto the America's Got Talent stage, her hands trembling. The 34-year-old single mother from Ohio carries more than just her dreams. She carries the weight of 7 years of rejection. "What's your name, sweetheart?" Simon asks, his voice unusually gentle. "Sarah Mitchell, and I'm here because my daughter Emma told me that quitters never win, and winners never quit." The audience chuckles, but Sarah's eyes well up. What they don't know is that Sarah was a former backup singer who lost her voice in a car accident that claimed her husband's life. For 3 years, she couldn't sing a single note without breaking down. "I haven't performed in front of anyone except my 8-year-old daughter in 7 years, Sarah confesses. But she made me promise to try one more time. She chooses Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. The first note cracks. The second one wavers. But by the third line, something magical happens. Her voice transforms into pure emotion, raw and powerful. The entire auditorium falls silent. Howie Mandel starts crying. Heidi covers her mouth in shock. Simon, who rarely shows emotion, wipes away a tear. But it's Sofia Vergara who stands up first, giving Sarah a thunderous ovation. "Sarah," Simon says, his voice breaking, "in 30 years of judging, I've never heard anything quite like that. You didn't just sing that song, you lived it." For yes, but more importantly, Sarah found her voice again. Today, she's touring internationally, and her daughter Emma watches from the front row of every show. But Sarah's story is just the beginning. Let me tell you about Marcus Thompson, a 19-year-old from Detroit who walked onto the Voice stage with a secret that could have destroyed his dreams. Marcus grew up in foster care, bouncing between 12 different homes. Music was his only constant companion. He taught himself guitar on a broken instrument he found in a dumpster, practicing in abandoned buildings so no one could hear him. "I've been rejected from every music school I applied to," Marcus tells Blake Shelton during his blind audition. "They said my voice was too rough, too urban for classical training." What Marcus doesn't reveal initially is that he's been homeless for the past 6 months, sleeping in his car and showering at truck stops. He spent his last $20 on gas money to drive to Los Angeles for this audition. He performs an original song called Invisible Scars, a haunting melody about feeling forgotten by the world. His voice is indeed rough around the edges, but it carries authenticity that money can't buy. Ariana Grande turns first, tears streaming down her face. Then John Legend. Kelly Clarkson hesitates for a moment, then slams her button. Finally, Blake turns around. "Son," Blake says, "I don't know what you've been through, but I can hear your story in every note. That's not something you can teach. That's something you survive." Marcus chooses Team Ariana. But here's the twist that makes this story incredible. After the show aired, Marcus received over 50 scholarship offers from music schools across the country. He's now studying at Berklee College of Music, mentoring other foster kids. And his debut album went platinum. Now, I need to tell you about the audition that broke the internet, and it wasn't even supposed to happen. Rebecca Chun, a 16-year-old from San Francisco, was actually just accompanying her older sister to a Britain's Got Talent audition. Her sister got sick at the last minute, and Rebecca, who had never performed publicly, decided to audition instead. "This is completely insane," she tells the camera backstage. "I've only ever sung in my bedroom. My parents don't even know I'm here." Rebecca's story is different. She's not overcoming tragedy or poverty. She's overcoming something equally challenging: the crushing expectations of being a straight-A student in a family of doctors where artistic dreams are considered impractical. She walks on stage wearing her school uniform, looking terrified. "I'm Rebecca, I'm 16, and I honestly have no idea what I'm doing here. What are you going to sing for us today?" asks Amanda Holden. I wrote this song last week about feeling like you're living someone else's life. It's called Paper Daughter." What happens next is pure magic. Rebecca's voice is crystal clear, mature beyond her years. But it's the lyrics that gut punch everyone in the room. She sings about being the perfect student, the obedient daughter, while her real dreams suffocate inside her. I'm a paper daughter, cut from their design, following the dotted lines, but the dreams inside aren't mine. The camera shows audience members crying, judges mesmerized. But the most powerful moment comes when the camera cuts to the audience, and there are parents who rush to the theater after receiving a panic call from Rebecca's friend. Her mother is sobbing. Her father, a stern surgeon who had never shown emotion in public, stands up and applauds his daughter. "Rebecca," says Simon Cowell, "I've heard thousands of auditions, but I've never heard someone so young sing with such mature understanding of life's complexities. You didn't just perform, you shared your soul." Golden buzzer. Rebecca goes straight to the finals. But more importantly, her parents finally understand that their daughter's dreams deserve support, not suppression. But the most emotional audition I've ever witnessed involves someone who never expected to audition at all. Meet David Rodriguez, a 42-year-old janitor at the American Idol studio. For 15 years, David cleaned the same hallways where dreams came true and hearts got broken. Every night after the contestants went home, he would stand on that empty stage and sing, pretending it was his moment. The security cameras caught him multiple times. But instead of getting fired, the producers were secretly recording him. His voice was extraordinary, a mix of Sam Cooke's soul and John Legend's sophistication. One day, Ryan Seacrest approaches David during his shift. "David, we've been watching you sing on our security footage. Would you be willing to audition?" David literally drops his mop. "Mr. Seacrest, I appreciate the joke, but I need this job." "It's not a joke, David. We want you to audition tomorrow." The next day, David walks onto the stage he's cleaned thousands of times, but now he's facing Katy Perry, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie. His hands shake as he holds a microphone he's seen so many others hold. "I've been cleaning this stage for 15 years, David says, his voice cracking. "I've watched dreams come true and hearts break. I never thought I'd be standing here as anything other than the guy who mops up after." He sings "A Change Is Gonna Come" by Sam Cooke, and it's not just a performance. It's 15 years of suppressed dreams pouring out. His voice carries the weight of every late-night cleaning session. Every moment he pretended that mop was a microphone. Katy Perry is openly weeping. Luke Bryan stands up halfway through the song. Lionel Richie covers his face with his hands. "David," Lionel says, "I've been in this business for 50 years, and what you just did, that wasn't just singing. That was storytelling at its highest level. You made us all believe in the power of dreams deferred but not denied. 3 yes, but that's just the beginning." David makes it to the top 10, becomes a fan favorite. And even though he doesn't win, he signed a record deal. His debut single, "Cleaning Up Dreams," becomes an anthem for everyone who's ever felt invisible. The most beautiful part? David still returns to the studio, not as a janitor, but as a mentor for contestants who need someone to remind them that it's never too late to chase your dreams. Here's what these stories teach us. Rejection isn't the end of your story. It's just the beginning of your comeback. Every no you receive is preparing you for the yes that will change everything. Sarah found her voice after losing it. Marcus found his home after being homeless. Rebecca found her courage after years of conformity. David found his stage after 15 years of cleaning someone else's. The music industry, like life, isn't just about talent. It's about timing, perseverance, and the courage to be vulnerable in front of strangers. These auditions remind us that behind every great voice is a human story, and sometimes the most broken voices create the most beautiful music. So the next time you're facing rejection, remember Sarah practicing in her kitchen for her daughter. Remember Marcus sleeping in his car, but never giving up on his songs. Remember Rebecca choosing authenticity over approval. Remember David singing to empty chairs for 15 years. Your voice matters. Your story matters. And somewhere out there, there's a stage waiting for you to find the courage to step onto it. The only question is, are you ready to turn your pain into power, your struggles into songs, and your dreams into reality? Because if these auditions taught us anything, it's that the most emotional performances don't come from perfect people with perfect lives. They come from real people with real stories who decided that their voice deserved to be heard, no matter how long they had to wait for their moment. That's the real magic of these auditions. They remind us that we're all just one song away from changing our entire lives.